Hi, I'm Niharika and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to talk about 6 micro strategies that can help you in your 20s and especially early 20s. Even though I do feel that these strategies can help you at any point of life, 100%. I use them at my mid 20s. But it's just that early 20s are full of so many decisions and emotions. It's like for the past 20 years, you have been told to follow a routine that you wake up, study, come back, study, and move on. And now suddenly you have to take life's big decisions. So, how can you take them better? Is what we will figure out here. It's understanding yourself better. So, you know what's going on in celebrities' lives. You know about their wedding, the outfits that they wear, all the gossip. But do you really know yourself? And in this hyper connected world where you know everything about everyone, are you losing in touch with yourself? And there's no right or wrong answer here. I can't hear you, but I want you to answer it and see how well you know yourself. It's not about what your favorite food is, there's much more than that. So, those things that they say, find your calling, find your purpose, it actually comes from knowing yourself. But there are hardly any people who do that. I do that by meditation and writing because I'm a writer. And when I have to write an article, I actually brainstorm before that, and that helps me articulate my thoughts. Another thing that helps me is that I'm very mindful of the content that I consume. So I do not consume any content that makes me feel inadequate, that I'm less pretty, less rich, less successful, and all of that bullshit that people put up to portray living their best lives. So that's about me. But I want you to try to understand yourself. Another method that helps people, I haven't done it yet because I'm very lazy for it, is journaling. So if you've done that, let me know your experience in the comments below. And if you haven't, I encourage you to give it a try. Prioritizing your health. Before you tell me, hey, I already know you're going to tell me to eat healthy and work out, and we already know this is not rocket science. Okay, just hear me out for like a minute. And I know trolls will say that, oh, she said a minute but spoke for 3 minutes. But yes, in my head, I'm talking for a minute, which is that a little backstory before we jump onto the minute. I have worked for 2.5 years in two different companies. It's very difficult to find somebody who's actually healthy. And when somebody hits the gym one time, which is in a January, because of the New Year resolutions, they just make such a big deal out of it. Whereas being healthy is the bare minimum that you should do for your body. There are such few people who actually just bother to work out and eat healthy, and that's it. It's not rocket science. And the thing is that if you're not healthy physically and mentally, if you're not healthy inside, how do you expect your performance and efficiency, focus to be top level? It won't. So please prioritize your health and don't think just because you're in your 20s and your metabolism is great, you can do whatever you want to. It doesn't work that way. Weighing opportunity cost. So I loved economics in school, and this was taught in, I think, 12th grade, where we learned the definition of opportunity cost, which is opportunity cost is the cost of the foregone opportunity. And yes, I wrote learned it. In layman's terms, what it means is that opportunity cost is when you choose one thing over the other, that other thing is your opportunity cost. Understanding the potential missed opportunities foregone by choosing one investment over another allows for better decision making. So, what essentially opportunity cost is that if you have to eat a burger and a pizza, not if you have to, but if you have a choice, then the opportunity cost of eating a pizza is the lost opportunity that you could have eaten a burger. Why I'm telling you this is because opportunity costs help me a lot in decision making. So next time you are confused between what to do, just weigh the opportunity cost, that if you take one, how bad is it when that you're losing another one? So I hope that helps. Make time for things that you like. So my dissertation, which is a research project in my master's, was about work-life balance between India and the UK. My primary research was done in India. My secondary research was done in the UK, which is that I used pre-existing statistics and referred to them for my research. Shockingly, or maybe not so shockingly, I found out that there are hardly any people who take out time for hobbies because they're just working. Please take out time for your hobbies, and I'm not saying that because I want you to side hustle or make money out of your hobbies or follow your passion, because I do not advocate following your passion if you're broke, if you're gonna get broke doing it. But I just think all of us need to take out that time and space to do things that we genuinely enjoy doing, because why not? Keep your inner child alive. Practicing solitude. We carry inside us the wonders we seek outside us. The thing about early 20s is that you are stuck between so many decisions, between your relationships, first job, comparing yourself to others, whether your studies are going well or not, if you're happy doing what you are doing, if you want to do another degree, and it's a lot to take in. So, in the middle of all this madness, please take our time alone for yourself. I'm not going to tell you to take out that time to meditate or write. Just be alone and see where your mind takes you. My favorite part about my early 20s was traveling solo when I was 21. And this will become a bit longer, but I have a personal story to share, which is that so when I was 21 and I was sitting at this cafe in Budapest, I actually thought that I don't want to ever do a traditional job. I want to just make a living out of doing what I love. And then I thought that, okay, good thought, because you're traveling and you don't have exams to give right now, but the real world is different. And I feel back then, my solitude and just being alone, it already gave me a sign that this is where I'm meant to be. But it took me 5 years to come around a full circle and actually realize that the thought that I had so many years ago was an inner calling, that this is what I had to do for a living and I was meant to be here. So please give yourself that time. You have no idea things you will just uncover by spending time with yourself. Take micro risks, which are that I know that people say high risk, high reward, high risk, high returns, but high risks are also high risks, right? Quite obviously, high risks are high risks, and not all of us can afford to take them. If you can, that's great, but not everyone can. So take micro risks. Your first investment, take a small amount and see what works. Like, put it in different places, and then you can take a bigger risk. If you don't like where you are in life, like if you don't like your job, take up a side hustle. Don't just jump in the deep end of a pool. Test your cold waters first. I know that peer pressure can be a lot, but do not jump into impulsive decision making. Lastly, I'd wanna end up with a quote by Naval Ravikant, which is that ideally you would want to end up specializing in being you. And I know that a lot of people share those be yourself memes, but are you really being yourself? Do you really know yourself? Are you doing good to your body and your mind? Are you taking out enough time to discover the world inside you and the world outside? You don't have to answer me. Answer this to yourself. I hope you enjoyed this, and please, please, please like and subscribe and leave a comment. It will really, really, really encourage me to make more videos for you. Thank you.